Hello. What's poppin', gamers? Alright, so we finished Tigress. We still need to make another one. So I have to load up this file so I have all my coins. Yo, nice watch streak. Alright, so which one are we gonna do next? We're gonna do Minotaur, Falconess, or Jackal. I'll save Sumner for last. This poor lady is missing half her shirt. Why is she missing half her shirt? Do you have a ranged attack? Oh, sweetie, that simply will not do. Why do you run like this? That's all we got. We got 4 more classes to get to level 25.
You are now entering the Valley of Fire. Destroy generators and stop enemies.
So I made some more progress on making code notes for, code notes for cooking cream today.
Collect gold to buy power-ups. Use magic to kill enemies.
Oh, I can use magic to kill enemies. That's an interesting idea.
Fire amulet. Excellent. Each obelisk you open strengthens my power and weakens Scorn's hold on the king.
Yeah, fuck Scorn. We hate Scorn. Everyone I know hates Scorn. Use magic to distract them from stuffing you in your locker. What is up with RetroAchievements continuously thinking I'm playing a different game? Why does it keep why is the tracker keep swapping sets? Is the API down? Is
Has gained a level.
That's it? My understanding is that they're orcs or goblins or some other fantasy creature. What's the deal with so many high fantasy settings just having a bunch of races that we don't respect? It depends on which Gauntlet VOD you're watching, because this is kind of... These gentlemen don't seem interested in just talking things over. Whatever happened to good old-fashioned debate? You know what I mean? No, it seems like Valkyrie's got big chump energy, you know what I mean? You know what I mean. Y'all know what I mean. You can throw these hands. Okay, like, what's the deal? Retro Achievements Tracker, why are you struggling? Should I just... I'm just gonna disable it. Hey, today, we don't have the tracker up. You know why? Because everyone knows what achievements I'm doing. It's the grindy ones. Wondering whether or not it's actually that the, I'm wondering if it's actually that the, Retro Achievements API is having some issues. Wow, wow, wow! So this is how it's gonna be, huh? This is how you're gonna treat me. Unbelievable.
You are now entering Dagger Peak.
You have a lower effect.
ground wall disappears.
Yeah? Hello, Hausu. We're just vibing tonight, you know, it's... I didn't figure a game like Ape Escape deserved this little dinky half stream, so I thought we'd put some time into the Gauntlet grind. What the fuck was that line read? I like food! You know what, though, to be fair? Same. Maybe death shouldn't be hiding in random barrels, you know what I mean?
A second prong of my energy is now here. A third obelisk waits for you elsewhere on this
Name 3 food. Fried shrimp. Boiled shrimp. Steamed shrimp. You sure do, honey. Live your truth, you know? Where are you aiming? What? Oh, you've been bested by a small corner. It's embarrassing to see, but it happens to the best of us. A rune stone! This is one of the 13 rune stones that will finally make my children call me again.
Never give up.
Yo, Desi, thank you so much for the resub. I really enjoyed your jump stream last night. Whenever me and Sky finish streaming, we hang out for a few hours before we go to sleep. And we always put on some TV show. Just random stuff, it doesn't matter. And Sky last night was like, what do you want to watch? I was like, I don't know, whatever you want. And then I looked at my phone, I'm like, oh my god, Desi is streaming Jump, that's what we're watching tonight. Alright. It's time for the grind level.
You are now entering the cliffs of desolation.
Oh, she likes food. If you're wondering what the Falconess is all about, sounds like she likes food. So she's kind of got that going on. I wonder if the additional things that get added to each level are is a side effect of beating it multiple times, or if it's tailored to your level, right? Like this level changes some of the things that are contained in it if you come back to it later. But is it level based or is it number of times based? You know what I hadn't really considered is that there's no incentive for me to upgrade my attack power. I imagine, though I could be wrong, I imagine this game may not be all that smart, and you might get the same amount of experience per attack, irrespective of how much damage you deal? What was the number? 57,000, something like that, for level 25? Is this the first ARPG? No. Damn, these boy boxes fill up so quickly. $57,000. Okay, I'm glad I remembered correctly. Did any of the East games predate Hydlide, or did that come after? I always thought East came before Hydlide. Alright. We're halfway there, which is to say, we're about a quarter of the way there. Yeah, this definitely is running way smoother in emulator than I ever remember it running on console. I'm gonna go ahead and destroy these and come back. Oh, are you hungry? Are you hungry? Stummy hurt. My nemesis, a very small tree.
I like food.
I've known people in my life who have no passion for food, like eat only to not be hungry, which blows my mind. Eating food is one of my favorite things. Like, there's very little in my life that gives me more joy than just eating, you know?
I like food.
My grandfather, before he passed, was the kind of guy who would decide what food he was going to eat for the month, and that would be all he ate. We would go out to dinner every now and then with my grandparents, and basically we just had to make sure we could go somewhere that he could get whatever the thing he was eating at that time was. I know it sounds like a weird made-up thing, but that's exactly how he was. He would go for like a year. Just everywhere he went, he would order, I don't know, cube steak. Or salmon. Or something. But he would just order the same thing all the time. And me and my mom would literally be like, okay, where are we gonna go to dinner? Because we would go to dinner like once a week with my grandparents. We're like, where are we gonna go? Well, we have to go somewhere where he can get salmon. We have to go somewhere he can get cube steak. Or whatever the thing was at the time.
I like food.
Fire ambulance.
I never really interpreted my grandfather as being a picky eater, but maybe he was a picky eater, you know? Maybe that's just like the thing.
Limited invisibility.
I do understand if you're picky, though, like having a go-to meal that you just know you can trust and rely on. I respect that. I had always assumed that it was a consequence of my grandmother not being a very good cook. I don't mean any slight. My grandmother was a very nice woman. But we've all got skill sets, and cooking just wasn't in hers, you know?
Has doomed a rebel.
Maybe that was it as well, Nodelecta. It's hard to diagnose little idiosyncrasies like that. My grandfather was a very kind man, but he was a man who a few words, so it's not like I could sit here and have a long drawn-out discussion with him about why he was so idiosyncratic. Oh, my grandparents had a lot of quirks from growing up in the Great Depression. Ones that were very obvious, and you could just kind of guess, like, what kind of person would grow up in the Great Depression, what would they grow up to be like, and yeah, that's exactly what they were like.
Yellow Tokenus has extra speed.
My grandmother had a second refrigerator in the garage just because of how fervently she refused to ever throw anything out. I didn't eat at my grandparents' place very often. I'm not talking about a freezer out in the garage for, you know, like buying in bulk. I'm talking about my grandmother would literally never throw anything out. Ever. And I don't mean to tell those stories, criticizing. I mean, I understand why my grandparents were the way they were. It was just an upbringing thing. It's one of those things that's like, yeah, if you realize that they grew up in the Great Depression, it's fairly obvious where that came from. When my grandparents passed and they finally went to clean out the fridge, I mean, my parents were telling me stories of finding, like, condiments that were 15 years old in the fridge. I mean, my grandparents had condiments that were older than some of their grandchildren. Which is just... just such a wild thought. I'm a little over careful when it comes to food safety. My father was always, like, really over careful when it came to food safety because he worked in food service his whole life. Like, he's always been a chef, or, you know, when he was in the Navy, he ran the galley of a submarine. Like, he's been in food service since he was 16 years old. And, so my dad was always that way, so I was just brought up that way. If something hits its expiration date, I mean, I'm a little better than I used to be. I used to throw things out at the expiration date. God, I forgot you were in there, you motherfucker. I'm a little better about not creating so much food waste, but I mean I'm way over careful. I'm way over careful. Yeah, I'm aware of the fact that expiration dates, or, you know, best before dates are not the same thing as expiration dates. And I'm aware of the fact that we as a society waste a lot of food because of stuff like that. And I try to do my part, but, like... But I mean, I leave a pot of rice on the counter for more than an hour, and that shit's going in the trash. I guarantee you. I'm not catching some strain of Be Serious, you know? Yeah, we use an Instapot for rice, which is fine. It works great. Kind of would love to invest in a good rice cooker, because we do eat a lot of rice. But I'd also like to cut back on the amount of rice I eat, if I'm being perfectly honest. Yeah, every now and then I go down the rabbit hole of convincing myself to buy a Zojirushi, and then I do not, because I don't need to spend that much money on a rice cooker. Yeah, I've decided that I'm going to stop eating so much rice and replace it with more potatoes for exactly that reason. So much better nutritional value. I've tried cauliflower rice before. I'm not picky about flavors, but I do get a little weird about textures sometimes, and cauliflower rice just never worked for me texturally. Maybe I haven't ever had good cauliflower rice, though. I mean, I'm not about to tell you what your experience is. I'm just saying, like, I've had cauliflower rice before, and I've been kind of unimpressed by it. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I can't handle a lot of artificial sweeteners, and when it comes to health food, sweets are the only thing that I really need assistance with. I could eat vegetables constantly, but I also have a immense sweet tooth, a problematic sweet tooth, if you will. And I can't handle most artificial sweeteners. I don't, for some reason, mind Diet Dr. Pepper, though. It's like the one thing I don't mind it. It doesn't... I think I've just been drinking it for so long. When I was in let's see, this would have been a little more than 10 years ago when I was with my previous partner. I did a pretty big diet at one point to try to lose a bunch of weight, and I switched out soda for diet soda. And at first I wasn't in love with it, but I grew to tolerate it, and now I don't care anymore. Oops. I fucked up the boy box. I think I'd be better off if I just stopped drinking soda entirely, but... drinking diet soda sates my sugar cravings, and I find that that's probably, in the long run, better for me. Unbelievable barkeep. I like seltzer water. I go through phases where I drink a lot of seltzer water. I usually drink Polar Raspberry Lime. That's the one I usually get when I drink seltzer water. Do I drink any energy drinks at all? Yeah, I'll drink a Red Bull. I say occasionally, but I probably have one a day or one every other day. It's way more than I should. Other than that one clip, never. How about Panera Charged Lemonade? I'm doing myself a favor and not getting a Panera subscription for that, because I would be the next person on the news, I assure you. I don't have positive opinions about diet culture. I don't think that there's... I don't think people's bodies have to be shaped a certain way. I just don't think that the way that I eat is particularly healthy, and I would like to eat better. My decisions are made for me and me alone. You're absolutely right, Zosim. And I don't mean to contribute to that with this discussion, but you're absolutely right that there is a pervasive, unhelpful attitude toward dieting and weight and body image that unfortunately underlies all of these conversations, no matter how much you may want to convince yourself it doesn't. I wish more would walk into my arrows. Well, swords. How are we doing here? We're at 19. Might be worthwhile reloading the stage again, and let's just make another loop, I think. That's sure. That you sure are. Keep up the great work. I mean, this is kind of working, you know? He can't figure it out. He's so confused. I'm right here, buddy. You can do it. Oh, he got me. Thank goodness. I didn't want him to be disappointed. He seemed like he was going to be disappointed.
I like food.
I am a falcon. Have you not seen my face? My face is a falcon. Well, I don't know. Did they use the right face? Is this what a falcon looks like? Yeah, but I also have wings. Please don't ask me about the physiology of that. Please don't ask me about the physiology of having arms and wings. Are her bones hollow? I mean, buy her a drink before you ask questions like that. Jesus.
I like food.
Fire amulet.
Fire amulet.
Limited invisibility.
See, he called her a falconess. That's how you know she's part falcon. How many pelvises does a centaur have? You're not allowed to ask questions like that, okay?
now entering the cliffs of
Oh, see, we just upgraded. This is the other version of the level now.
limited invulnerability.
I know it's the other one because they, there's more barrels at the beginning now.
I like food.
Limited invulnerability.
Well, I don't know that it's only 2 versions. I'm just saying that it has now changed to a second version.
I like food.
Has gained a level.
Okay, got about 10,000 experience still to get.
I like food.
You're not a boy! You're not invited in the boy box! You're a lad! I don't know, it's still on stream, so... Oh, Emily said thank you so much for the resub. Mop's not feeling actual remorse. He's worried that that's going to be the thing that finally makes me ban him. Oops. Another boy box destroyed. You hate to see it. Snuffed out in its prime.
I like food.
Stay here. I'll be right back. Yeah, get some, idiot. No, there's no different attacks in this one. Hell. Was Heroes of Might and Magic 2 on DOS? That might be a good set to work on when DOS support comes out for RetroAchievements. How many food likers do we have left? After Falconus has done 3 more. Yeah, Wes mentioned in chat the other day that they're making progress toward DOS games in RetroAchievements. They don't spin keys like that anymore, baby. Isn't original Prince of Persia on DOS? I think there's a DOS version, yeah. Roughly 56,000? 56, 57,000? Look, she likes food, okay? What are you gonna do? You gonna be the one to tell her she can't have food? I don't think so. She's got a sword. Alright, once again, that was roughly an hour. If we go based on stream time and account for the little bit of startup and, starting soon screen and all that. That took me about an hour to do. Alright, so, chat, you have a choice. I'm gonna give you a choice, and then I'm gonna get up and stretch my legs for a moment. Here's your choices. We could just do another one of these, right? We can knock out another one.